Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today for our daily readings from our book, Simple Abundance, a day book of comfort and joy by Sarah Van Brethnock. I'm grateful you're here. Here is your affirmational reading for positive mindset for October 23rd, 2020, in Mindful Expression with Lady Kathleen. I'm Lady Kathleen in Mindful Expression. October 23rd, money and the meaning of life. The problem of money, dogs, are steps throughout the whole of our life and lives, exerting a pressure that is, in its way, is as powerful and insistent as any other problem of human existence. And it haunts the spiritual search as well. Jacob Needleman. Take a deep breath. Relax, be open. For the next week, we're going to think about money, the love of it, the lack of it, how we accumulate, spend, save, and squander it, lust for it, worship it, worry about it, work for it. Like success, money is an emotional, volatile issue for most women. It's probably the most complicated relationship we have and the one that most controls our lives because we let it. Our lives are hell, not because money is so important to us, but because it is not important enough, insists Jacob Needleman, author of Illuminating Meditation, Money and the Meaning of Life. If money were more important to us, we would seek to understand its impact and how it influences every aspect of our lives. In October 1967, Jacob Needleman, a mild-mannered college professor of philosophy and a cooperative religion, wandered into a San Francisco boutique that sold spiritual memorabilia. A beautiful Jewish prayer shawl caught his eye. He decided to buy it, but the shop manager refused to let him pay for it with a personal check. Totally out of character, the professor threw a tantrum. It didn't work, but it did start him thinking about the role that money plays in our lives. Think of our relationships in nature to ideas to pleasure, he challenges us. Think of our sense of self-identity and self-respect. Think of where we live and with what things we surround ourselves. Think of our impulses to help others or to serve a larger cause. Where we go, how we travel, whom we associate, or just think of what we were doing yesterday, or what we will be doing tomorrow, or in an hour. The money factor is there, wrapped around or lodged inside everything. Think of what you want or what you dream of for now, or next year, or for the rest of your life. It will take money, a certain definite amount. It would have taken only $35 for Professor Needleman to obtain a covert prayer shawl if he had the cash in his pocket. But because he didn't, that objective desire over a quarter of a century later remains a vivid memory. It was a beauty. Fine, delicately knotted fringes, rich, deep, pure white silk. It was not to be his. But in such personal, apparently trivial events like this, of which are experienced daily by all of us, we may see what really lies behind our attitudes towards money. One of the things we probably don't realize is how hypocritical we are about money. We want it, but we don't want to appear as if we do. We fear and desire it in the same heartbeat. Professor Needleman believes that money is a force we must face in the late 20th century, in much the same way that sex was an issue for previous generations. What is undeniable is that money is the raw material from which we build our lives, which we like it, or whether we like it or not. One of our difficulties is that too often we confuse spiritual yearnings with material wants. For instance, you long for serenity. You assume that serenity is a resident comma in your checking account balance. And while being able to pay your bills easily, a practical definition of serenity often comes with a fatter paycheck. The calmer requires an expenditure of more time, creative energy, and emotion. The distribution of your life force means subtracting it from the seemingly disposable segments of your life: family time, personal pursuits, spiritual growth, rest, and recreation, and moving it into your work allotment. More work, more pay, more stress, less serenity. No matter how much money you're earning, in becoming an expert at quantity instead of quality, we rob our souls of real life's riches. In order to find balance between the two spheres that pull us in opposite directions, material and spiritual, Jacob Needleman suggests we consider the practical advice in the ancient admonishment, render unto Caesar with which is Caesar's, and unto God that which is God's. The entire problem of life in contemporary culture can be defined as a challenge to understand the saying of Jesus, Needleman writes. It is not so simple. In fact, it is immensely difficult. It requires that we begin to understand what in ourselves belongs to the transcendent realm and what belongs to the material realm, and then to give to each what is due to each, no more and no less. This is what means to be human. Meanings can come from no other source than this. And that is your mindset affirmation reading for positivity on October 23rd, 2020. Again, this is Lady Kathleen bringing your daily affirmational reading in mindful expression. Take care of you. Take care of me. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.